In today's video, you'll learn how you can make this Teaching Men's Fashion animation in Premiere Pro. This is how my version of the animation looks like. First, we'll create the topographic background. You can do this using a free website called Photopea, which is pretty much a Photoshop clone. Before we start, I'd like to warn you that the results I've got using Photopea are pretty different in terms of quality compared to Photoshop. I'll add the one I've made in Photoshop in the video description so you can use mine if you want to. You'll have to set the canvas size to 7680 x 4320 because in order to achieve the scrolling background effect, we'll need a lot of real estate. Make sure to have your foreground color set to white and the background color set to black, otherwise you'll get a different result. After that is done, create a new layer, go to Filter, Render, and choose Clouds. Next, go to Filter, Blur, and add Gaussian Blur. Set the radius between 4080 px. Go to the New Adjustment layer and add Levels. Drag these points like this, and then select the Levels layer and your layer together using Shift plus left click, then right-click on them and choose Convert to a Smart Object. Then go to New Adjustment layer again and add the Posterize effect. Change the levels number to a number over 15. I chose 23. Select the Posterize layer and your layer and convert them to a Smart Object. After that, go to Filters for one last time and go to Stylize and choose Find Edges. We have to do one last thing, and that is to make it transparent. Double-click on it and go to the current layer and drag the slider on the right to the left a bit. To split the slider in half, just hold the Alt key. As you can see, it is indeed transparent. Next, we'll create the grid and the circles. You can take a screenshot of the original design and paste it in Photopea so that you'll have an easier time recreating it. I recommend splitting the design into 4 parts: the grid, the white circles, the big red circle, and the green circles, and exporting them separately. After that is done, import all of them into Premiere. Duplicate the grid, white circles, green circles, and red circle layers, and add the Gaussian blur effect to them. Set the blurriness to 45, and the opacity for the grid and grid blur layers to 45%. Go to Effect and add a Venetian blinds effect to the grid layer. Set the transition completion to 30%, direction to 90 degrees, and width to 15. Next, add a wave warp effect. Set the wave type to square, wave height to 3, wave width to 40, direction 180 degrees, and wave speed to 1.3. In the next step, we'll animate the avatar and change the circles from white to green as the avatar goes over each of them. To animate an object going into a square type of motion, you have to use the keyframes like this. First, I set a keyframe at the start of the animation. Then I move the avatar to the first corner. Here I create another keyframe, and on the very next frame, I make another keyframe. Think of it like this: start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. If you don't do this, the avatar will have kind of a circular motion, and you don't want that in this particular case. Make sure to adjust the position of the keyframes so that the speed of the avatar is consistent on all sides. After you're done with that, you should have something that looks like this. Next, to animate the green circles, we'll have to first nest both the green circles layer and the green circles blur layer together. Create an opacity mask on the newly made nested layer, and then click on the stopwatch to start the animation. You'll have to adjust the mask in such a manner that the green circles will appear as the avatar goes over the white ones. After you're done, you should have something like this. Do the same thing for the white circles. Nest both the white circles layer and the blur one, create an opacity mask, and check the inverted option, so that the layer won't be visible until the mask is on top of it. This is how it should look after you're finished. Now if you want to do the transition that TeachingMensFashion is using, you can do the following. Nest your existing animation. Download this ink transition effect video from YouTube. Put it on top of your nested layer. Search for track matte key and select the track on which your ink transition effect is on. For me, it's V3. Change the composite using to matte luma. If your animation layer is longer than the ink transition, you'll have to make a cut where the transition ends and delete the track matte key effect. And this is how you can create this animation using Premiere.